Elestrals up, everybody. Alright, on this channel it doesn't have quite the same ring. Word is up, everybody. Elestriad Season 2, Week 7. Cryoscorchers vs. Amperiwatts, the final week of the team portion. The Cryoscorchers are currently at 23 wins, meaning that if they pick up any 2 wins of their 7 matches this week, they move on to finals. If you want to keep updated on the standings for this week and see how close the Amperiwatts are coming to knocking and dethroning the Cryoscorchers who have been dominating since week 2, take a look at Elestriad.com for more. This week we have Kaycreigh versus PKSparkxx. Let's jump into what their pulls are and see if they adjust their strategies for the mirror match. Kaycreigh pulled a Hypofin and Divine Blessing. That Hypofin probably won't be too impactful. That Divine Blessing, though, might just be enough to stop a key clutch Earthquake or Resting on Your Laurels from PK from hitting one of her core Elestrals that she might need to win the game. So let's see what she brings with her deck. But before that, what did PK pull? Alright, so PK is having a little bit of identity crisis here. He's picked up some good Frost cards to transition to more Frost Cryoscorch if he so chooses. That is a pretty consistent deck, and again, PK has been experimenting, so maybe he takes that identity crisis and swings it in a completely new direction to throw off Kaycreigh to really kind of come up with an interesting strategy for the week that is oh so important for the Amperiwatts.
Okay, so week 7 of the Elestriad, possibly my last game in the entirety of the Elestriad if we don't qualify for playoffs. So this is a big one. It is against PK, who has Earth also. So this is my first time ever playing against Earth, doing a mirror match. And it is unfortunate for me because PK has a better deck. I never managed to pull any Viscerus. PK has, I believe, all 3, so has that little engine going. So his is more like the constructed format Earth deck. We did make a couple changes. First of all, took out forests. That's only going to help my opponent and take up space. That we could have other things. Have my one of Verdolith, which could be nice if he sets up something really big, the 7 defense, and being able to get back all the spirits. That is huge. Obviously Tech Taurus is something that could get really gigantic during this matchup. And I do have to, for the first time ever, worry about an opponent's Equilinx being able to get my back row. But we will see. Unfortunately, because all of my teammates are like actual incredible card players, they're all off doing card player things this week. So I did not get to do any practice. I have never played against Earth. Today is going to be my first time ever playing against Earth. And I'm going to be honest, I'm quite nervous. So from last week, went back up to 3 Ambrosias, and that was what we added 1 Tech Taurus back, 1 Ambrosia. We took out the 2 forests, and we will see how it goes. Wish me luck. Okay.
Alright, so as we said earlier, Kaycreigh is sticking with her guns. She's playing Earth Beatdown with what she's got. She's good. She's piloted this deck to 4-2 victories so far this event. She did take out those Foley Forests in lieu of not powering up PK's Viseruses. Unfortunately, she is lacking those cards, so it looks like she's running a weaker version of Earth Beatdown, which may or may not come back to bite her when going into the mirror match. But let's see if PK did end up getting that identity crisis and switching to Frost completely.
Week 7, and I faced the other Earthcaster of the Cryoscorchers, Kaycreigh. I'm calling her Kaycreigh because while she was the last draft of the Elestriad this season, myself being the second to last, she has been putting on a phenomenal performance this season. And I've been cheering her on the sidelines when I'm just like, yo, you are dope, you were last pick and you're killing it. I respect that. But it's time for me to put her down. Every clash in the Elestriad, she has brought the same deck just about. Even looking at her card pool, she doesn't really have things that she needs to pivot. So I was going to pivot to Frost. If you guys saw my week 7 pool, I'm like, yo, I could go to Frost. However, I could not find the time to get the practice I would need to feel comfortable enough with the deck, because Earth can beat Frost. It can. And I didn't want to put that risk out there. So I stuck with what I knew. And what did I know? That I have a better Earth lineup than she does. And this one card makes all the difference. Mario has the Viserys on their team, not Kay. So I'm going to be utilizing Viserys along with other cards to hopefully get over her very formidable lineup. So Viserys is one piece that I hope to have an advantage over her with, and the other one being something else I have not seen her try to utilize at all in the Elestriad, and that is some 5s. So, to invalidate her tsunamis, we have Galaxy and Smotuga. And to add to the 5s lineup, we have a Nekruff of our own. So, with these cards, we're essentially playing a pretty strong Earth beatdown deck, although it's a little wet. So like a swamp beatdown deck. It's a swamp beat. Last week with Coda, it was a mud deck. Now we're playing swamp. It's just a little bit soaked, a little bit sticky, but we're going to be hoping to get over her Earth lineup with our Earth lineup. And if she brings a pivot, I will not be prepared, and I will play the best game of Elestrals I can. But this is an educated guess, and I'm hoping it takes me to a victory in the last week of the regular season of the Elestriad, and Parawatt's coming for the playoffs.
Alright, so we see PK's running basically a Earth beatdown deck with a little bit of a 5 guys package. Running Galaxy and Nekruff is a nice little boost to the kind of damage potential and consistency of those 5 attackers. Viserys could run away with this game, potentially knocking out one of Kaycreigh's early Rama gems and just giving PK tons of tempo to work with. It's definitely an uphill battle in the mirror match for Kay. PK's running basically constructed Earth beatdown into Kaycreigh's unfortunately lacking Earth deck. She's been doing really well with this week, and Earth is pretty strong, but it definitely looks like PK has an edge this week with the matches. I'm not biased just because I'm an Imperawatt. Want to improve your Earth decks, like maybe with the Kreisboar coming out in the next set, Daybreak? Pre-orders are available now through shopelestrals.com. $50 more purchase will get you a beautiful promo Stone Tablet card. Pre-order today. Alright, so we're going to start off this match, this oh so important mirror match for the Imperawatts with PKSparkxx dropping that Elechick, searching out Demeter, the only Divine Rune in his deck, the only Divine Rune that we'll see in this matchup of Earth casters. He's going to go ahead and set one more rune, getting ready to maybe bounce or PTA, something that Kaycreigh is going to respond with. We'll see what Kaycreigh, oh, it looks like she's dropping her own Thunder Spear, is going to be an Elechick to respond with. Or the oh so important rabbit that we've seen all event. It's gonna be Ash Rabbit. Now in this limited environment, Ash Rabbits are a really powerful pickup for every deck because of the lack of consistency that some of these decks have. Even going into week 7, making this Ash Rabbit finding the cards you need is extremely important. She unfortunately has no back row, which probably is gonna let this Elechick just run over Ash Rabbit almost for free. She already knows that PK has that Demeter, and he drops Viserys. That's even more powerful. So Viserys can just run over this Ash Rabbit with Demeter backing it. He's got plenty of back row to protect his Viserys that comes out in defense in a moment here to just take over a huge board state. This is going to be just board presence and damage right off the bat. Now PK only enchants 2 to this Demeter. That leads me to believe he might have a second Demeter on deck ready to go, or he's just so confident in the fact that his Viserys are about to take over this match that he doesn't need the extra pump for Demeter in the future. He's going to special cast that extra Viserys from his deck in defense. And this is just a horrible, horrible opening for Kaycreigh to walk into. 2 back row face down, a Demeter, 2 Viserys and Elechick, right on turn 2 for PK. Going into Kaycreigh's turn 2, we got to see a lot coming out of this just to come back. He's going to need Earthquakes, Royals, he just needs removal and something to just start picking away this board. It's going to be tough. And she's going to start her turn with this, obviously with that draw, see what she picks up and what she puts down. Oh, there's the removal that I just mentioned that Royal's probably going to take out of Viserys. Knocking out that attack position of Viserys, smart move. He's got 6 attacks sitting there, leaving the defense position of Viserys a little bit more vulnerable to whatever she might be able to respond here with. Unfortunately, you can't respond with her own Viserys because she doesn't have one, which could have given her so much more potential back at taking the swing of things. It's going to be an Equalinx. That is a pretty powerful pickup here that should be able to knock out some back row. Now there's 2 face downs. Those could be bluffs, but I have reason to believe that's probably going to be at least 1 relevant counter rune. So this Equalinx should be able to just kind of pop something and run over that extra Viserys, but without back row, it will just get swung back by this Elechick. So without back row, Kaycreigh's still struggling in this matchup. Alright, at least 1 set. It could be a bluff still. We don't know. We're going to see this Lynx effect go off. We'll see what she ends up just trying to pop. And it's going for a 50-50 maybe, or maybe they're both bluffs. Going for the one under Elechick, and it was a tsunami. Is PK's going to chain that here? Yes, he will. It's going to knock that Equalinx into defense, and that just puts PK right back on the top foot because Kaycreigh cannot swing that Equalinx back into attack position since it just got cast this turn. That means that PK is going to have two options to potentially punch over Kaycreigh's Equalinx here. So unless Kaycreigh has exactly Tsunami as well, she's still going to be struggling here. One back row isn't going to be enough. Ooh, we're going to see Smoltuga is going to search out the only target in the deck for PK, being that Nekruff. Smoltuga at this point might as well just read Search Nekruff. Not really much else that casters will ever search with that card, especially in this Elestriad. Maybe we see Warmates in the future, but just Nekruff in the deck for PK this week. But again, looking at this board for PKSparkxx, that's aggressive. There's lots of bodies. He still's got, two face down now. It's going to be a lot for Kaycreigh to look at going over. PK's going to boost up his Smoltuga from the looks of it. Just probably playing around that Tsunami. Pretty smart play there. Going to go over the Equalinx. See what Kaycreigh's got. He's casting something. It's Tsunami. PK played around that masterfully with that Smoltuga. That is by far reading exactly what he needed to. If that was shield or anything else, it wouldn't have mattered, but being that Tsunami and PK played the Water Spirit on the Smoltuga, got the search, Demeter buffed it to run over that Equalinx, puts him in another commanding lead. He can't get the extra damage in with Viserys and Elechic. He's not going to get that special cast for Viserys, but hey, his board is pretty much wide enough and pretty intimidating. Kaycreigh's going to match PK here with an Earth Elestral of some sort. Ooh, a Rummagem. That is not what Kay wants to be playing right now. That Rummagem is going to barely be able to get over these Elestrals. You want something with a body and just stability, and Rummagem doesn't have that. So this Rummagem will get that Equalinx for next turn. It will run over like a Viserys or the Elechic, but it could also just get bounced. It's not something that Kaycreigh wants to see right here. Gonna get rid of PK's Viserys. That's 2 Viserys down for PK, meaning the last Viserys in his deck is just a 5 guy, which is what PK's deck is built around this week. It's just a bunch of 5 guys. Now he's got tons of tempo on board. He can clear over that Rummagem this turn. He's turning on his Smoltuga, another devastating kind of piece of PK's deck, playing that 5 guy strategy. Galaxy at 5 attack, Smoltuga at 5 attack, Elechic at 4, able to just run over everything Kay can play, and she has no back row still. Without that back row, she's just going to keep getting slammed over and over against all these Elestrals, just picking apart her spirit deck. I just don't know where Kaycreigh can recover from this. She can play Moss Station in attack position, and that might be her only wall play this whole event, or rather this match. Maybe she picks up a Verdolith, but she's still not quite at a spirit count that Verdolith is online to wall off PK's Elestrals, and PK is yet to play Invoke Removal, so he might be just holding on to those for the walls that Kaycreigh might play. Maybe another Rabbit or the Moss Station in attack position. It's going to be Equalinx here. She's just going to try to pick away the back row. But even picking away the back row here won't really do enough. It sure gets rid of a back row, but she has no board presence. This Equalinx is just going to get destroyed on PK's next turn unless she has back row to play behind this. Knocks out a shield that is pretty significant. PK still has the face down rune though. That could be something threatening. Oh, it looks like she's bringing out another Demeter. That's going to cost her a lot of spirits though. I don't know if playing Demeter on 3 here is the right call because so she gets over a Galaxy here. She gets over a Galaxy. Smoltuga goes back to 2 attack, but this Elechic can still just crash into Equalinx. PK will take 1 damage, but at 12 spirits, he can afford to take that extra damage still. It's not that intimidating to trade this Elechic here. If PK has any other Celestial in hand, he just gets so much board presence, and he still, we know, has a Nekruff. So I don't know what case outs here are. She's still on the back foot, not having that back row, not having extra removal here. It's just PK's just tempoing her out of this game consistently. Ooh, it was another bluff by PK. Resting on your laurels? Is that going to knock out Kaycreigh? That's going to put Kaycreigh on 2 spirits. Knocking out that Equalinx with Royal because of the 3 spirits on the Demeter. Again, the extra spirits on the Demeter really coming back to bite Kay here. And now PK has the ability to just drop a Nekruff here, punch for 3 more damage, putting Kaycreigh to 2. She's going to need Ambrosias and shields and lions and tigers. Oh my, I don't know what Kaycreigh can really get here to pick up the pace. Verdalith will do it. I mean, Verdalith will definitely wall off whatever PK's got for at least a little bit, or Ambrosias, but with 2 spirits, there's not much she can pick up here to get her back in the game. Is that the Verdalith? That is the Verdalith. That is exactly what she needed to recover here. PK just burned an invoke removal, meaning the odds he has another one is lower, but if he's got another Demeter, he can still get over this. However, this is exactly what Kaycreigh needed to stay in the match. It's a PTA! It's over! Is that the end? Because if Verdalith gets knocked out and PK attacks for 4, she's going to need Ambrosia again to play off the Demeter to get anywhere back in the game. She goes up to 4 Earth exactly. PK will pop this Verdalith at the end of turn, going down to, what, 6? And then punching for 4. Whether he has to play another Elestral or enchant one of his Elestrals on board, they'll put Kaycreigh right back down to 0. What, I've been saying this, okay, what can she do to get back into it? And it's unfortunate, just right off the start, she's just on this back foot, and she just couldn't stabilize. Tectorus. Oh, so that's a huge Tectorus taking advantage of Demeter on board. That Tectorus is a whopping 6 attack with just 1 Earth on PK's board. Gonna put Kaycreigh down to 0. What's her draw? Does she have... even Rabbit doesn't do it because that Tectorus is massive. PK just re-enchanted with Earth to get it back to 6. Ooh, she just passes. It's over. PK takes it. Wow, that was just a rampant tempo, just guy after guy after guy with PK, the most important backer we needed, and just took it. All right, that'll be it. PK will take this match at a significant showing here. That 5-guy strategy on top of the Viserys, taking away so much tempo from Kaycreigh early, really showed Kaycreigh that those Viserys mattered in this mirror match. And unfortunately, it seemed like she just wasn't quite prepared enough. Now, if you guys want to check out the rest of this Elestriad this week, us and Parawatts are really trying to clutch it out with those 6 wins this week. Check out the match tomorrow. Otherwise, have a great day and enjoy the rest of the Elestriad.